Test mic 3, test mic 3.
Got it going?
Time out. 30, right here.
I did have.
Ball on the side over here.
Yeah, go for it.
3 to 1.
You gotta move around. You might have to help out, buddy. Corner, let's go, T. Let's go, T. Go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Here, right there. Up, up, up. Mike, one.
Sorry, people. She needs to be taught that that's not going to be over and back, but now she didn't.
What's up, Eddie?
Hot potato.
Play up a little bit, play up a little bit, play up a little bit. Help him out. Keep going, keep going. Hey, get in it. Find a spot. Find a spot. Find a spot.
Should be shooting.
Hey, one. Get back. Get back. Take that. You got to take that. Better. Yeah, very good. Come on. Anticipate sooner, then bump down. Split. Two. He's got corner, man. He's got corner, man. Treble. We got to get back quicker, girls. Come on. Good body on somebody. Come on. Off flag. Go time.
35 seconds again. Oh.
Hey, go two again. Go, Neil. Set a better screen. Hey, stop. stay home. You gotta get out there. That's right, that's right. Hit it. Off the black leg. Hey, 2 here.
Test mic 3. Test mic 3.
Mic 1. Mic 1. 1, 2.
You heard it here.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, what did you get?
You heard it. I believe you.
Good evening, basketball fans. The athletic department of Akron-Westfield High School invites you to enjoy the efforts of the student athletes and cheer squad this evening. We welcome the players, coaches, students, and fans of the Point-Jefferson Huskies. At Akron-Westfield, sportsmanship is an expectation, so please let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the spectators be positive. We encourage everyone to be a good sport. COVID reminders. Please wear your mask properly and wear it at all times when not eating or drinking. Please social distance from non-household members as much as possible. We thank you in advance for wearing your mask at all times and for wearing it properly. Tonight's officials are Kevin Ecoff, Jeff Lucas, and Scott Wilmot. The Westerner cheerleaders are Hope Hazenbank, Megan Tettinger, Audrey Liebetrau, Mackenzie Stram, and Kennedy Madsen. Now here's our starting lineups. First, the Huskies. We have number 4, Maddie Hammett. Number 5, Addison Stave. Number 20, Emma Scarman. Number 35, Nora Kastner. And number 44, Josie Curry. The Westerner starters are number 3, Nevaeh Byer. Number 5, Chloe Colt. Number 23, McKenna Henrich. Number 34, Natalie Nielsen. And number 40, Elise Knapp. The Huskies are coached by Adam Timmons, assisted by Matt Hammett and Melissa Curry. The Westerners are coached by Kent Johnson, assisted by Mike Baker. Now we invite you all to please rise and remove your hats. Place your hand on your heart. As the Akron-Westfield Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Jacob Hecht, play our national anthem.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our production of this live streaming event, bringing you Akron-Westfield basketball. Tonight, the Lady Westerners hosting Elk Point-Jefferson. The Huskies come in struggling a little bit on the year with the 2-6 record. Huskies have number 4, Maddie Hammett, starting, a 5'6 junior. Number 5, Addison Stave, a 5'5 senior. 20, Emma Scarman, a 5'7 senior. 35, Nora Kastning, a 5'9 junior. And number 44, Josie Curry, a 5'9 sophomore.
Free ball, Colt. Up point started out in the 2-3 zone. Colt made him pay in the corner.
Nice steal there by Nielsen on the cross-court pass attempt. Kicks it ahead to Colt. Turnover by Colt there. That's number 5, Addison Stabe with the steal and the left-hand finish. Elk Point's going to pick up the Westerners in a full-court press. Back into their 2-3 zone are the Huskies. Henrich kicks it down to Nielsen in the post, but Nielsen travels. That's the second turnover in 3 possessions for Akron-Westfield, something they can't afford to have this evening.
They need to clean that up right away. That is a silly foul on Chloe Colt. 60 foot from the basket. Be her first.
Westerners are going to pick up the Huskies in a 1-2-2 half-court zone defense here. They'll look to deny the high posts. Nice drop step. That basket by Nora Kastning. Her first 2 points of the evening. Elk Point on top, 4-3. Coach Johnson asking his girls to move the basketball. A little bit too much standing around so far in the early going. Knapp kicks it across to Henrich, and Henrich called for a travel. The 3rd Westerner turnover in 4 possessions. Not a good start, Coach.
No, not at all. Happy feet. We've got happy feet. We need to put the ball down before we take that extra step.
Westerners have struggled with turnovers on the year. Nobody with a positive assist-to-turnover margin. Obviously a stat that Coach Johnson can't be proud of. Hopefully down the stretch here we can clean it up a little bit, and I think we have. We played better basketball. 6-game winning streak for the Westerners here, and a lot of that has been because of better passing. Colt called for traveling there. We're going to keep a tally this evening. That's 4 turnovers and 5 possessions for the Westerners. That block by Nielsen. Ball kicks out of bounds. It'll be Elk Point basketball in the corner. Good hustle there by Elise Knapp. Gets the steal. That was Colt to her right hand there. Went into a little bit of pressure. Coach Johnson and Baker asking for a foul call. Did not get it.
It was clean. She tried to step around the defender, and the ball actually got caught on the defender's hips. Western do a good job with it. Break right there. We just need to settle into our offense here. Give it a chance to work.
That first foul of the ball game for number 23. That's Sydney Kellen into the action for Elk Point. Elk Point playing a physical style here in a man-to-man, applying a lot of contact to the Westerners. There Nielsen gets the offensive board. Kicks it out to Colt. Nice pass from Colt to Knapp, and she finishes for 2. Elise's first 2 points of the game. Claire LaFerrier was a little bit long on that 3-point attempt. Looked like a tie up there on that rebound, and
Yeah, evidently she got a little bit of a wrist on that
Knapp
play.
called for a foul instead.
It's her first.
Nice steal there by Henrich. Henrich takes it the distance, makes the left-handed layup, and she's fouled on the play. That basket will count. That foul on Nicole Wright. That's her first personal foul, the team's second foul. And a line change here for the Huskies. Coach is playing a lot of girls in the early going. He'll keep them fresh. Westerners still with their starters on the floor. Byer, Colt, Henrich, Nielsen, and Knapp. Henrich connects. Puts the Westerners on top 8-4. Henrich, the Westerners' best free throw shooter, shooting 82.4% on the year prior to that attempt. Really good ball movement by AW on that possession, and a strong left hand by Nielsen.
They really worked their offense well that time. They didn't have it on the one side of the floor. They worked it around, got it on the other side.
That ball last off Elk Point. It'll be Akron-Westfield basketball. The Huskies will pick AW up in a 1-2-1-1 full court press, looking to trap in the corners. And that pass high from Byer to Nielsen. Another turnover for the Westerners. And a strong take there on the finger roll by number 4, Maddie Hammett with the basket.
Sideline is open, now to the middle.
Good bounce pass.
Oh, it said it was on the floor.
That foul called on Addison Stabe, her first personal, third team foul for the Huskies. Colt short from the corner, but Henrich collects the rebound. Goes up for 2. 12-6 Akron-Westfield, 1:45 left in the first quarter. That 3 off the mark for Hammett. Nielsen collects the rebound. Elk Point disappointed there not to get an over-the-back call. Coach has given the ref an earful.
This crew tends to let a little bit more go. Hard for me to talk tonight. Apologize. Speaking of this crew, this basketball official went from Kerr Drive to a condo on the golf course. Who is it? He went from living on Kerr Drive to condo on the golf course.
Pretty good upgrade. Outside of switching zip codes.
Yeah.
Pretty good upgrade. Minute 9 left in the first quarter. AW on top, 12-6. Westerners still in their matchup zone. Looks to be a 1-2-2. Maybe at times flattens out to a 2-3. Byer with the quick hands and the steal. And she rolls her layup in for 2. Nice touch by Addison Stabe from 3. High arcing shot. Hit nothing but net. That last touch by Nielsen.
Did a nice job in the breaker, but they, took one too many passes. Sometimes it's not there. Just got to pull it out. Look for the other trailer.
Westerners with 6 turnovers in the first quarter. Something they're going to need to clean up. As a team, they average 18 turnovers a game. Colt called for her second foul of the night. That hurts. Caught a little bit flat-footed on the help side. A little slow getting to the post to take that bounce pass away. That's a third-team foul on Akron-Westfield. Huskies ball on the baseline.
That one hurt.
Nora Castning made that layup. Played through some contact. Elk Point's coach pretty vocal on the sideline. We'll see if the refs continue to allow that as the game goes on. Big basket for the Huskies to finish the first quarter. Akron-Westfield still on top, 14-11.
I got an answer to my trivia question. The famous Lamar's supporter we have, Kurt Hagee. Correct answer is Kevin Ekoff. Kevin moved from Akron to Lamar's several years ago and officiates a lot of basketball games throughout the winter. Makes Julie happy by getting out of the house. We'll be back after this break. And we're back. Elk Point with the basketball to start the second quarter, trailing the Westerners by 3, 14-11. Westerners in their 3-2. Western's doing a nice job of communicating on their defense, calling out who they have.
That was Nevaeh Byers' first personal foul, called for being on the arm. Nice execution there by Elk Point as Hammett knocks down a 3 from the corner. We got a tie ball game at 14. Addison Stabe called for a reach. That's Stabe's second personal foul. 7:21 remaining in the second quarter, tied at 14. Westerners with a couple new players in the ball game. Taryn Wilkin, as well as Megan Minen. Wilkin getting in there, mixing it up. We've got a tie ball. The Westerners will have possession. That 3 off the mark by Byer. Good ball movement, though. That's a nice look by Nielsen to the wing.
Yep, nice in and out.
An outstanding set there on that out-of-bounds play. Good screen by Taryn, and Nielsen knocks it in. 16-14, AW on top.
You broke my pen. Nathan's using my pen. He breaks my pen. Cost me a lot.
find a place to grab him another one. Wilkin with the backside rebound, and the Westerners have possession. 16-14 lead for AW. Byer kicks it ahead to Henrich.
Natalie needs to get her hands up and demand that ball. Really nice offensive possession.
That was Henrich hitting the long two. You hate to see somebody shoot a jump shot with their foot on the three-point line, but she connected on that one. As Coach Harris said, some good ball movement and a good hustle there by Natalie Nielsen. She grabs a loose ball but throws it out of bounds. It'll be Elk Point's basketball on the baseline. Elise Knapp checks back into the ball game, giving Natalie Nielsen a blow. Wilkin might have gotten a piece of that one. Castning came up short. The bank is open. Maddie Hammett knocks in that long two. Not sure she called it, but it counts the same. Castning with a nice cross-court connection from the guard on the left wing. She was fouled on that layup attempt. That foul called on Elise Knapp. That's her second personal tonight. 5th team foul for Akron-Westfield. Castning knocks down her first free throw. And Knapp will come out of the ball game. Haley Wilkin checks in for the first time this evening. Nielsen back in as well. Colt still on the bench with her second personal. Nielsen kicks to Byer, and Byer connects. Like to see that.
Nice rhythm, under control shot, in and out, pass, and Western's doing a much better job tonight.
Good steal there by Nielsen, steps into the passing lane. Byers feeling it. Another nice looking three-pointer and another assist. Nielsen with 4 or 5 assists already on the night from that high post position. Doing a good job of looking opposite against the zone.
Whoop.
Haley Wilkin with the layup on the assist from Nielsen. And the Westerners all of a sudden up by 9 here, starting to pull away a little bit. 2:45 left in the second quarter. Huskies need a shot. Good shot here. Backside offensive rebound by the Huskies. That's Josie Curry with the work on the opposite end. Megan Minen called for the foul. That's the 6th team foul on Akron-Westfield, 1 away from the bonus for the Huskies. And another line change for Elk Point. 5 new players for Coach Adam Timmons. Good zone offense there for Elk Point. That was Austin Stokely with the 15-footer.
The Pointers needed that. The Westerners had been on an 8-0 run.
We apologize to the Elk Point people at home for that reference. The Pointers,
Oh,
they're
that's
no
right,
longer
not
the Pointers.
Yeah, that shows my age, I guess. I'm sorry. You're the Pointers when I played you.
Elk Point called it the reach there. That was number 23, Sydney Kellen with the personal foul. That's her 2nd. 5th team foul on Elk Point. Minute and 50 seconds left in the first half. Taryn Wilkin brings up the left side, feeds to the post to Nielsen. Nielsen, had she gone down with her left foot before putting the basketball up, would have been called for a travel. Fortunately, she was fouled and fired the shot ahead of time. Kevin Ekoff with the good work as an official there. Calls that personal foul on number 33, Austin Stokely, her first, and Nielsen makes her first free throw. And knocks in her 2nd as well. 9-point lead for AW, minute 30 left. Taryn Wilkin with the block. Nice defensive effort. Here come the Westerners the other way. Nice sequence there for AW. Minen with an outstanding look ahead to Nielsen. Missed her layup, but got her own offensive rebound. Kicked it to Taryn Wilkin for that 15-footer. Good action to see, Coach.
Elk Point switches to man-to-man. Taryn Wilkin, 2 in a row.
.20 seconds left in the second quarter. Coach Johnson asking for just 1 shot to finish the half. Elk Point and man-to-man. The Westerners will run their traditional flex offense. Wilkin kicks it to Nielsen. Nielsen kicks it to the corner.
4 seconds.
That's the end of the first half. A pretty good effort by Akron-Westfield. They really pulled away there at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, they had a nice run. Went on an 8-0 run and 32-19 at half. It's a good break for them.
We sure appreciate you all watching at home. We also very much appreciate the supporters of Akron-Westfield Athletics. The Akron-Westfield Booster Club brings this production to you, which would not be possible without the support of you that financially support the Booster Club, giving your time and money in support of the efforts of these kids out here on the floor. So thank you very much, and we look forward to bringing you the second half of action here in 10 minutes.
And we're back for the second half. EPJ starts with the ball. Both teams back with their starters. Number 5, Stabe with the two-pointer. Chloe back in after getting 2 early fouls in the first half.
AW in their 1-2-2 half-court defense. Castaning was long on that 2-point attempt. Colt brings it back the other way. Knapp long on her jumper, and Westner's struggling to find a basket here in the early going. Minute and a half into the third quarter. 32-21, AW still on top. Nielsen with the quick feet, kicked that basketball. Elk Point's ball on the baseline. Hammett to inbound for the Huskies. And Hammett knocks down the 3. Elk Point closes the gap to just 8. Colt from 3 answers. It's a big shot.
Needed that one.
Good hustle there by Byer to grab that loose ball. Stole it from Stabe, and Nielsen gathered it. Elk Point still in their 2-3. Westner's content to take plenty of time, look for a good opportunity,
Nice.
And they find one with Nielsen. Nice drop step over her right shoulder. Makes the 2-point basket. The Westner's back on top by 13. Addison Stabe with a nice 2-point jumper. Elk Point quickly calls a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Any trivia over there, or are we saving them tonight?
Well, I'll add one. I used it the other night, but we never got a response. Maybe it's because my mic was turned off. What 3 things make up the current Westerner logo? There are 3 items that make up the logo. 3 main items. It's different than the original Westerner logo. Westerner's ball on the end line. EPJ stays in their press. Short. Need to look for that short corner. Free ball, Colt. She's hit a couple in a row. Westerner's back up by 14, 40-26.
Good steal there by Byer. Once again, great ball movement. Good ball movement leads to a wide open three-pointer against that 2-3 zone. Akron-Westfield ahead 43-26. Colt knocks in consecutive threes. Both very good possessions.
Good things happen when the ball touches the post.
Stabe answers a three.
Western's doing a much better job this evening against the press.
Nice high-low from Nielsen to Knapp. You're seeing better possessions in the second half. You're seeing them take their time and look for the higher percentage shot. And it's been excellent execution. I was pretty hard on the Westerners in the early going. First 6 possessions of the game, we had 5 turnovers. Since then, we've really cleaned it up. So far, on about, we'll say 35 possessions, the Westerners with only 8 turnovers on the night. And probably, it looks like 12, 13, 14 assists here for Akron-Westfield. So much better assist to turnover tonight, ratio tonight than they've had the last few contests. And clearly it's leading to a 16-point lead.
That's right, great improvement since the opening quarter tonight. I've not received an answer for my easy trivia question. 3 things that make up the current Westerner logo. We have a horseshoe, a horse.
We did have an
cowboy.
answer.
We did have an answer.
A cowboy, a horse, and a horseshoe. We're not really sure why we have a horseshoe.
That'll be my next question for you. Aaron Mastad with the correct answer?
That was Mindy Hartman.
Oh,
with
Mindy
the correct
Hartman,
answer.
okay. Good job, Mindy. My next question is, who started using the horseshoe as a Westerner logo?
I don't.
Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm not too happy about it and how it all got started, but Jason, do you know? He used to coach football.
And the answer is?
Graham Lunt. He put a horseshoe on the helmet, and that's where it started.
Graham, if you're listening, Coach would like to have some words with you.
Always said, we're not the Colts or the Ponies. We
or
are
the Broncos.
Westerners.
We are the Westerners, which is actually a human being.
Anyway, I digress.
Another nice possession for AW. Nice assist from Colt to Nielsen. And the Westerners are making it look easy here in the third quarter. 47-29, AW on top. 1:45 left in the third. AW back in there, 1-2-2. Colt anticipates that pass nicely with the steal. Slows it down, jump stops, and connects for 2 more points. Nielsen with the kick out. Henrich to Colt for another 2.
Nope, drops down.
Elk Point just a little slow seeing.
She was open. We hadn't quite rotated quick enough yet.
That was LaFerrier wide open underneath the basket. The cross-court pass just a little bit slow to be delivered. Resulted in a turnover for Elk Point.
Little hand on the hip by a 23.
Kellen.
Be her third.
Kellen's third personal. That's the second team foul of the half on Elk Point. Neither team fouling much in the second half.
The Huskies play 10 girls, so they can give up some fouls.
Nice idea by Nemesio there. Just a little off the mark on the pass. Wilkin had the defensive rebound that time, but stripped from behind. That was Sydney Kellen with the steal. And the layup attempt, she was fouled there by Taryn. Taryn's first personal. Kellen will shoot 2. Makes her first. Good position there by Tori Nemesio.
Nice look by Chloe. McKenna just couldn't quite get herself under control.
Good third quarter for Akron-Westfield, on top 51-30. Our IT guy just informed us we got 77 of you sitting at home watching this ball game. We sure appreciate you tuning in.
We've mentioned several times how we're thankful that the Athletic Boosters went with this program to get the equipment for us to broadcast. We'd like to thank all the sponsors that helped the Athletic Booster come up with their funds. Without you being supporters of the Athletic Boosters would not be able to support athletics at Akron-Westfield. So we appreciate every one of you. Keep it up. All right, we're back for the fourth quarter. Westerners leading 51-30. Starters in for the Westerners, as well as the Huskies, I believe. Westerners have done a much better job tonight, looking deep, throwing the long ball on the break. I think more so than they have all years. That's good to see. That's kind of a trait of Westerner basketball going back through the years, throwing the long pass for some easy baskets. Westerners doing a nice job tonight. Hopefully they can keep it going and build on it, and they got a big game tomorrow night at Marcus. Marcus, Meriden, Claycorn, Remsen Union.
The Royals sit on top of the conference. We've got a really good young squad.
They might be in second behind Unity.
Second behind Unity now. Tie, Jason? Jason says it's a tie at the top of the conference.
I know Unity beat Marcus, unless maybe they played twice. I'm not sure. Nice left hand by Nielsen. Drop step.
Nice steal by Byer. I don't know how Nevaeh controlled that. She kind of lost it halfway up and then gathered it again. Excellent play by Nevaeh. She's had a really good game tonight.
She has, yeah. I'd have bet you one of Jason's dollars that she wouldn't have been able to get that under control and score a basket, but
That was impressive.
nicely done.
55-30, Akron-Westfield on top. 6:30 left in the fourth quarter.
Nice ball movement and good rotation by the defense as well.
.6:14 left in the fourth quarter. Akron-Westfield on top, 55-30. We'll see if this gives Coach Johnson an opportunity to rest the legs of his starters for a big game tomorrow night. Hopefully we take advantage and have our girls good and fresh. Couldn't have drawn it up any better as far as the situation as a coach.
Right.
57-30, AW now on top. Nice jump shot there by Henrich from the corner. Nielsen with the block. And she tracks it down, kicks it ahead to Colt. Colt wisely pulls up. Short on her jumper, however. Elk Point comes the other way. Taryn Wilkin checks in for Elise Snap. Like Coach Harris said, the Westerners have done a much better job breaking this press. Most of the trouble that we've had, though, it seems like we've seen more man-to-man presses in the full court this year than 1-2, 1-1s.
Yeah, sometimes we have, but we've been a little bit confused with them. If we bring everybody up, and then they bring everybody up, and all of a sudden, it looks like a zone, and there's nowhere to pass the ball. So we've had better spacing and made some nice diagonal cuts, and it really made the pay.
Byer with the steal. Colt a little bit late on that bounce pass that time. Tried to hit Henrich on her way down the floor. Henrich takes a break. Haley Wilkin into the action for AW. Nielsen with the offensive rebound and makes her 2-point shot. 59-30, AW up, 4:50 left.
Full timeout for the Westerners. 4:22 remaining. Westerners lead 61-30. We'll be back.
It'll be Elk Point's basketball coming out after the timeout. Hammett to bring the ball up for the Huskies. Westerners with a couple of subs into the action. Minen, Haley Wilkin still in, and Taryn Wilkin as well. Chloe Colt still out there, as is Elise Knapp. Another three-point basket there by Stabe. Stabe and Hammett both with pretty good range, it appears. Westerners fortunate they haven't exposed them anymore from that corner.
She's got a nice shot. She's made several in that corner.
Elk Point now matching up in a man-to-man, and the Westerners will run their flex offense, try to burn some clock. Colt misses the runner. Cross-court pass was a little bit off the mark. Turnover by the Huskies. And the Nemesio sisters check into the ball game. Tori and Alyssa both. Elk Point backs off their press. Pick up the Westerners man-to-man.
We have 2 Wilkins, 2 Nemesios, and a Minen in the game right now.
That ball last touched by Tori Nemesio. Be Husky basketball underneath. Nicole Wright to take it out. Westerners unable to get their hands on that defensive rebound. Huskies will maintain possession. Haley Wilkin called for a foul, her first personal. That's the 3rd team foul on Akron-Westfield.
Pretty clean game. That's only seven total fouls for the half for both teams.
Oh, I thought that was good footwork there by Haley.
Her pivot foot slid a little bit.
Ekoff might receive some hate text messages after that travel call from some of his buddies West River. Taryn Wilkin held her ground there. Casting called for just maybe using her shoulder a little too much. Offensive foul turns the ball over for the Huskies.
She definitely turned and kind of cleared a little bit of room.
Coach Timmons brings in some substitutions. Sits down his starters, likely for the rest of the evening. 2:14 left in the 4th quarter.
Oh. We forgot to fill in when the girl went back door and led to a turnover.
Offensive rebound there by Sophia Johnson. Her first points of the ball game. Westerners willing to work some clock. They'll run their flex offense. Tori Nemesio called for her first foul. This will be the 7th win in a row for this Akron-Westfield girls squad. They've really got a lot of momentum, and they're playing better basketball as the year progresses, which, of course, you always like to see. Especially encouraging to see shots start to fall for some of the starters. Colt, Beyer, Henrich, they all shot the ball better this evening. That's something we're going to need down the stretch as teams kind of gear up to stop Nielsen's attack down low.
Right. That's it. Everybody's number one defensive game plan is to stop Nielsen, and if we can work it and then possibly go in and inside and out, we get good looks. The girls are capable of knocking them down.
That ball called to be out of bounds as it caromed over the backboard. 33 seconds left. The Westerners will try to close this game out. Once again, thank you to all those of you that support Akron-Westfield Athletics and the Booster Club. And thank you to the Booster Club for arranging for this production to be brought to you folks at home. We appreciate all of your support. Tori Nemesio banks in the 3.
And that brings a smile to Tony's face.
That last shot off the mark for the Huskies, and that'll be the ball game. 64-37, Akron-Westfield comes out victorious. We'll take a brief intermission here. We'll let both boys teams warm up and hope to see a nice effort out of the Westerners here in the second game of our doubleheader. We'll let them get that underway and come back to you shortly.
is earning good sportsmanship from. Do not embarrass your team, school, and community by behaving in a negative manner. Please enjoy the game as being a good sport. Please welcome back our officials, Kevin Ecoff, Jeff Lucas, and Scott Romont. COVID reminders. Please wear your mask properly and wear it at all times when not eating or drinking. Please social distance from household members as much as possible. We thank you in advance for wearing your mask at all times and for wearing it properly. Now here's the starting lineups for the Huskies. Number 3, Will Gary. Number 20, Andrew Neerman. Number 30, Tyler Gehring. Number 34, Jacob Lichtenberg. Number 40, Nathan Binder. The Westerner starters are number 10, Tyson Fairbanks. Number 12, Leighton Cook. Number 14, Jacob Myers. Number 20, Eric Allard. And number 24, Sam Molinax. The Huskies are coached by Jake Hopkin, assisted by Jeff Newhart and Zach Ronnie. The Westerners are coached by Chad Clay, assisted by Gordy Johnson.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of our doubleheader. This time the Westerner boys are taking on the Elk Point Husky boys. We look forward to a competitive contest between a couple of teams that have struggled so far this year. 2-6 Elk Point and a 1-11 record for the Westerners thus far. Nice drive to the hole there by Sam Mullenix with some nifty ball handling. And the Westerners are first on the board. And a steal there. Cook controls it. Starting the ball game for Akron-Westfield is number 10, Tyson Fairbanks, a 6'1 junior. 12, Leighton Cook. Leighton's a 5'10 freshman. Number 14, Jacob Myers, a 6-foot sophomore. 20, Eric Allard, a 5'8 freshman. And 24, Sam Mullenix, a 6-foot senior. Westerners, a young ball club. They've struggled at times with inexperience and lack of upperclassmen production. But it gives these young kids a chance to improve. Speaking of upperclassmen, the lone senior on the floor for the Westerners, Sam Mullenix, with a nice drive to his left hand, and he's fouled. Starters for Elk Point-Jefferson, number 3, Will Gary, a 5'8 senior. 20, Andrew Neerman, a 5'10 senior. Interrupted there by Jacob Myers. Also on the floor for Elk Point, number 30, Tyler Gehring, a 6'3 senior. 34, Jacob Lichtenberg, a 6'2 junior. And 40, Nathan Binger, a 6'4 senior. That 3 off the mark for the Huskies. Rebound by Tyson Fairbanks, and the Westerners bring it back the other way, up 5-0. Turnover there by Allard, but outstanding play there by Tyson Fairbanks. Finishes with his left hand, and the Westerners are on top, 7-0 in the early going. Just 2 minutes into the game.
Full timeout, Elk Point-Jefferson. We'll be back in 15 seconds.
Announce cheerleaders for the Western cheerleaders for the boys game. Nola Shirley,
Coach Jake Otkin kind of getting on his guys there, asking for more effort. Understandable. They've been maybe out-hustled just a little bit, in his opinion, in the early going. I'm sure he's got them charged up and ready to compete. Westerners on top, 7-0 though. And AW matches up here in that 1-2-2 zone. Allard working all the way from the top of the key down to the post.
He's got point, and then he fronts the post also, so it's a big job.
Elk Point seems like, in recent years anyway, always has more size than Akron-Westfield. And no different tonight. They've got a couple of 6'3", 6'4" kids. They'll look to pound it inside too. That time Tyler Gehring off the mark, and the Westerners come the other way. Allard quickly to Cook. Cook has a good look at it, just a little off the mark. And Cook with the offensive rebound was stripped, but last off Elk Point, Westerner basketball.
.24 Landon Gary in for the Huskies.
Nice looking half-court set there by Akron-Westfield. Allard with a good look, but off the mark. Elk Point looking to push the tempo.
Westerners were fortunate. Didn't get quite back on defense, but Elk Point was unable to make us pay it. Ball's knocked out. Elk Point underneath. Defensive transition has been a problem for the Westerners, and hopefully they can clear that up.
Westerners needed one more pass. Myers has been hot from the three-point line. You'd like to see one more pass to rotate the defense. First foul of the ball game on the Westerners. Number 20, Eric Allard, called for his first personal. Jack Terpstra, another freshman, will check into the ball game for Akron-Westfield, replacing Molinix. 7-0, Akron on top.
Myers didn't slide over.
Westerners a bit unlucky there. Terpstra fell down, came down on, that was number 24 for Elk Point, Landon Gary, using his shoe to trip up the Westerners, and Terpstra called for a travel on that rebound. The Huskies had a couple good looks at it. A nice post feed on the lob. And the Westerners fortunate to avoid giving up the easy two. AW still in that 1-2-2. Allard assigned the difficult task, as I mentioned. We're going from high to low, but he works hard at it, doing a pretty good job thus far. That time Elk Point penetrated the zone. Jacob Myers called for a foul on that layup attempt. This is Landon Geary shooting 2 free throws. And he makes his first. Another substitution for the Westerners. This is Jackson Monarch checking into the contest, replaces Fairbanks. The Westerners with a very young lineup on the floor. 4 freshmen and a sophomore. A few kids that will play a lot of basketball the next few years. Monarch off the mark there with that left hand. Myers comes down with the defensive rebound. 7-2, Akron-Westfield on top. 2:50 left in this first quarter.
And in a little bit of a scoring drought here. Had some good looks, just haven't been able to knock them down.
Scrum for the loose ball there. We had a kick on Elk Point.
Yep.
Which counts as a turnover for the Huskies. And it'll be Akron-Westfield basketball.
Molnick's in for Cook.
Coach Otkin gets his guys to apply some full court pressure here. Monarch kicks it ahead to Terpstra. Myers fires for a quick three. Ill-advised shot. You don't want to force in the half court after you do break that pressure defense. And Jackson Monarch called for being on the arm for his first personal foul. Huskies struggling to score here early on. Monarch got beat baseline there. Lichtenberg called for personal foul with a push down on the block. Westerner ball on the baseline. Jack Terpstra to take the ball out for AW.
Two-three zone by the Huskies.
And a turnover by Akron-Westfield.
Myers needs a blow. Cook replaces.
Tyler Gehring knocks in his left-handed three-point attempt, and we've got a tie ball game at 7. Nice penetration there by Jack Terpstra, and a good kick out to Monarch, but that three-pointer rattles in and out. Last off of the Huskies here. Akron-Westfield needs to make a basket. Momentum has kind of slid the Huskies' way.
Yeah, we definitely need a basket. We need to work it, make sure you get a high percentage shot here.
Cook short from 3.
We're kind of settling right now for threes.
An errant pass from Monarch. Coach Otkin asking for a foul call. A little bit of contact on that far sideline. Elk Point called for stepping on the out-of-bounds line. Westerner ball, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Sloppy turnover by the Westerners. Elk Point on top, 9-7, 5.4 seconds left in the first quarter.
It's good.
Outstanding.
Just got out hustled on that one. He missed a shot, went and got his own rebound and put it in the hole. Unfortunately, as well as the Westerners played the first half of the quarter, the second half, we really slid down the slope and didn't get the job done. We need to regroup here and come back and play team basketball and get back in this game. Trailing 11-7 after one quarter. All right, we're back for the second quarter. Out Point-Jefferson, look at the inbound on the sideline.
Nice penetration there by Will Gary. His first points of the ball game. Now a 6-point Husky lead, 13-7. Cook fires from three. Nice looking stroke for the freshman. Much needed basket for AW.
That. But then we got to come down and play defense. We can't be satisfied with just offense. We need to play both ends of the court. Now Point-Jefferson has really been able to attack the gaps that we've left open. We need to learn that we don't just guard an area, we still need to match up with an opponent.
Will Gary knocks down both free throw attempts, and it's a 5-point Husky lead. Fairbanks with a hard backdoor cut. Molinex tried to force it in. Elk Point, nice hustle play, knocks it out of bounds. Westerner ball. Elk Point playing pressure man-to-man defense, applying plenty of pressure to the ball and denying next pass. And another turnover by the Westerners, really struggling to take care of the ball here. The last 5 minutes of the ball game. And Coach Clay wants to talk to his guys about it. Elk Point on top, 17-10.
The old saying goes, you can't assume anything. We're assuming that it's going to be open. Yeah, they make a nice cut, but we throw it without looking first, and some really bad unforced turnovers. Here's a trivia question for you. This young man maybe had the opportunity to tie the school record or maybe even break it in scoring. He had 35 points after 3 quarters. However, for one reason or another, he never got to finish out the game. Who is this former Westerner? I know he's listening at home. Crimea River.
Yeah, this in response to a trivia question here a week ago or so, when asked the 3 leading scorers in Akron-Westfield single game history, 42, 42, and 43 points respectively. This player could have possibly broken that record, but didn't get the shot.
And I don't remember why that happened, but he was definitely a good ball player in his day.
That was Riley Schmitz called for his first personal foul of the night. That's the third team foul for Elk Point. 6:06 left in the second quarter. Coach Clay had a play set up there for the Westerners, but Black called for a hold off the ball. As mentioned, they're doing a nice job of trying to deny next pass. Caught holding that time. This time an illegal screen called on Jacob Myers. A little bit questionable perhaps, at least in the view of the announcers, and the Huskies bring it back the other way.
That's Jacob's second foul.
Nice pass there from Neerman. Molinix knocks down a three on the pass from Cook. 19-13, Huskies on top.
Good ball movement.
That play all made by Gearing. Same kid that made an outstanding effort at the end of the first quarter, rebounding his own miss. That time rebounded his miss, led to an Elk Point basket. And then a steal by the Westerners, or a turnover by the Westerners rather, leads to a run out for Elk Point. Quickly the Huskies on top 23-13 after a great start to the ball game for AW. Turnovers are mounting, and so too are the points for the Huskies.
Fouls on Monex, his second, team seventh. Press breaker, they need to look up the sideline. It's been open. Nicely done.
Nice move there by Cook. A little pump fake and a drive to his right hand.
Westerners having a tough time defensively. Elk Point seems to score at will almost. And Coach Clay has seen enough and calls a full timeout. We'll be back after this. 'em. All right, we're back, and my trivia question, which only the person that it involved would know the answer probably, but that was Nick Cook. Unfortunately, he didn't get the opportunity to tie or break the school record, but he's home. Listen, watching his son play tonight. Speaking out of his son, there he is with a nice pull-up 15-footer. Leighton Cook. Three-point basket counts. There was a foul on the fight for a rebound position. On 40 Black, that would be very good. I can't pronounce his name.
Terpstra brings it down for Akron-Westfield.
Just a freshman mistake there. You can't make a long cross-court pass and not expect bad things to happen.
Terpstra contested that layup, called for the foul.
That was one good thing that happened. He
He hustled after
He
it.
hustled back. He knew he made a mistake.
He's a good athlete, good young kid. He'll get better. Westerners really missed him the last couple of weeks. He was out with maybe an illness or an injury. I don't recall exactly the details, but they really missed his production. He had a good start to the season, and he'll shake the rust off in no time.
Colin Monex, his third. Myers will come in to replace Monex. The team's 9th foul.
That foul really caused by the offensive rebound on a free throw by the Huskies. Pretty decent defense that time, I'd say, by
Had a little
Nathan
body
Binger.
on the spin move. If not for that, he had a clean block, no doubt. Monarch likes that spin move. That's his go-to move, I guess. And
Jackson Long on his free throw. The freshman's really struggled shooting the basketball here as of late. Struggled from the free throw line as well. Appears to be more of a confidence issue than anything. Fairbanks with another rebound. He's worked hard on the board so far. 30 to 17. Huskies on top. 3:05 left in the second quarter. Westerners need to have a couple of productive possessions here to end the half. Nice ball movement there. Myers finds Cook, and Cook knocks in another three. He's really feeling it tonight.
he is.
Cuts the lead to 10.
Good patience with the offense, and he got a nice look.
That was Jackson Monarch called for his second personal foul. Monarch should have squared up to the baseline drive as opposed to meeting him from the side. He's penalized with the foul. Cannon Kemp made both free throws to extend their lead to 12, 32-20. Elk Point on top. Elk Point applies some full court man-to-man pressure.
Westerners need to show some patience. Take care of the ball. Unfortunate, another turnover. I was going to say the Westerners need to show some patience and work it and get Cook another shot. He's got the hot hand. Ride that pony that's taking you to the dance.
AW really struggling defensively in the second quarter. They're in poor position off the ball, allowing themselves to be ball cut. That time Cook caught on the back of his offensive matchup. Called for his first personal. That's the 10th, probably the 11th or 12th team foul here of the half.
Yep.
Foul trouble mounting for AW. Another Westerner turnover. That offensive rebound by Landon Geary. extends the Husky lead to 16. That's 36-20. Elk Point on top.
30-second timeout here. Trivia question for you. This Akron-Westfield coach has ties with Elk Point-Jefferson. Who is it, and what is the tie? What would the tie be? This Akron-Westfield coach has ties with with Elk Point-Jefferson.
I'd like to respond to that previous trivia question in regards to Nick Cook. The year prior to Nick Cook's scoring outburst against Elk Point was not the best performance by Akron-Westfield. The practice following that game involved no basketballs. That's right, an hour and a half of straight line drills and a couple of garbage cans. Coach Pabin, known for being an intense guy, did a really good job of disciplining Akron-Westfield after a lackluster effort. The Westerners went on to have a pretty good end of the season. Cook short on that jumper. Eric Allert controlled the rebound. Good ball movement there, but Cook caught shuffling his feet. Another Westerner turnover. I haven't been keeping track. It's at least 10 turnovers here in the first half for AW. Most of them unforced, and a lot of them have led to Elk Point scores, as is so often the case. 1 minute left.
Blocked by Fairbanks. Westerners need a good possession here to finish out the half. We're trying to make the outstanding play instead of just good, basic, fundamental plays. And too many times that leads to turnovers.
Terpstra chases down the rebound. He is trapped in the corner but fouled. And Westerners will be in the bonus. Terpstra will have a look at the 1-and-1. That was Andrew Neerman with his first personal foul, 7th team foul on Elk Point. Elk Point-Jefferson, that is. Let's see if the freshman can knock these down. Terpstra long on his first.
30 seconds remaining.
Miscommunication defensively there. Nobody picked up the shooter. And that's the end of the first half. Elk Point-Jefferson on top, 41-20. A strong first quarter effort, first 4 or 5 minutes from the Westerners anyway, but careless turnovers led to a big run by Elk Point there the rest of the first half. And the Westerners will go into halftime trailing by 21.
Sure, they're disappointed. Coach is disappointed, but they got to come back together and decide it's 0-0 going into the second half and just try and continue to improve. Ask my trivia question one more time. You can think about over halftime. This AW coach has ties with Elk Point-Jefferson. Who is it, and what would that be? Going to halftime break, and the drill team for Akron-Westfield will now take the court. All right, we're back. Getting ready to start the second half. Westerners trail Elk Point-Jefferson 20-41. I was told that it's kind of hard to be heard, so we'll see if we can adjust that a little bit. Haven't gotten any response to my trivia question. Maybe that's because you couldn't hear me. My question was, this AW coach has ties with Elk Point-Jefferson. It goes back several years. The answer is Mr. Todd Colt. He's a graduate of Jefferson High School. Westerners way inbound on the side. See if we can't just gradually climb back into this game. Work towards winning the second half.
Coach Clay has the guys running a double screen set here, trying to get a couple of open looks from the wing. Poor execution on that half-court set initially. Second time they ran it, they got a better look. Fairbanks off the mark there from the left side. Little screen and roll action by the Huskies. Should have been stolen there. Fairbanks unable to control it. Nice ball movement there by the Huskies. And Will Gary knocks down the three-pointer. Allard called for the moving screen there. First team foul of the second half for AW.
That's one of the things the Westerners need to work on in the offseason. We're just not very good at being ball screeners, setting good screens. We tend to go through the motions instead of making good solid.
That was
Contact,
Gary with another wide open three-point look, and he knocks it down. Already 6 points here in the half. Molinix was fouled there. Tyler Gehring called for his second personal. Western turned the ball over there with a 5-second violation. Lackadaisical, to say the least. 6:22 left in the third quarter. Westerners quickly give up 6 points here in the early going of the third quarter, down 47-20. Coach Clay wants to talk to his guys. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, we're back after a quick timeout. Elk Point will have possession. Gary brings it down for the Huskies. AW drops back into a half-court zone. They're 1-2-2 that worked pretty well in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Huskies have exposed it since. We'll see if the Westerners can tighten it up a little bit.
I believe we're in man now.
Good call, Coach. That was man. And a better defensive possession for the Westerners. Lichtenberg called for a push or a hold here off the ball. I'd call that pretty good defense, Coach. He stepped in front of the cutter, did a nice job of holding his ground.
We try and make too many banana cuts, I used to call, instead of making good straight cuts to the basket. You make a banana cut, all you're doing is you're taking up more space and your spacing disappears. If the defender takes it away, just go behind him and go hard to the hole.
Alex Neerman knocked the ball out. Westerner ball on the sideline. Leighton Cook to inbound the ball for the Westerners. Gets it into Molinix. Molinix kicks it to Myers, and Myers knocks it down from the corner. Westerners on the board in the second half.
That would be double dribble and normal.
Should have been. Nice rebound there by Fairbanks. He quickly kicks it to Allard. Westerners bring it down the left side of the floor. And a foul called on Will Gary as he reached with the wrong hand. If you're Coach Clay, you just want your kids to win the second half. Went into halftime with a 21-point deficit. You'd like to see them compete. Maybe try to cut it in half by the end of the third quarter if things go real well. That time Cook kicks it out to Molinix. Molinix maybe a little off balance there on that three-point attempt and off the mark with his shot. And Molinix gives up the foul on the other end.
I believe that's his fourth. Terpstra will replace Molinix.
Miscommunication defensively for the Westerners. Another wide open three-pointer drilled by the Huskies. They're making AW pay for that lack of communication. 3:56 left in the third quarter. Once again, a nice hustle by Tyson Fairbanks.
Yeah, it was. But speaking offensively, that's a nice drive by Allard to attack the rim. The shot wasn't there, but just a nice little kickback to Myers where he was wide open. Would have been a good choice.
Good inside-out action there. Nice to see Monarch with his back to the basket. And good to see Jackson hustle down defensively, try to grab that rebound, just got to be a bit stronger with it. Myers with the steal. Once again, good ball movement and a nice look for Cook there. But very poor transition defense. The Westerners are fortunate. You might have noticed at home, as opposed to everybody sprinting back to the basket and working from the basket out, Westerners got caught with their heads down, not paying attention to what was in front of them. Lucky that time. 50-23, Elk Point on top. 3:02 left in the third quarter. Allard starts the offense for the Westerners. Coach Clay is going to use his last time out to talk to his guys about the defensive effort, or lack thereof. 52-23, Elk Point on top. We're going to take a 30-second break. AW ball, 2:22 left in the third quarter. Elk Point's going to go ahead and pick them up full court with a little bit of man-to-man token pressure. Monarch got himself stuck a little bit on the baseline. Ball last off of Elk Point. Westerner ball underneath. 2:11 left in the third quarter. Lichtenberg checks back into the ball game, replacing Gehring. Monarch fires from three, but he's short.
Nice hustling block shot there by Monarch.
AW is still confused with who they're guarding, or supposed to be guarding. Fortunate that wide open look didn't go in for the Huskies. Nice drive there by Allard. Off the mark, but the ball's deflected out of bounds by Elk Point. Turnover on the baseline. That jump shot by Lichtenberg is good. Huskies extend their lead to 31.
30 seconds left in the quarter.
Cook short on the jumper, but Fairbanks cleans it up. Nice hustle by Tyson. He's had a good ball game, showing a lot of effort out there. One of the only upperclassmen to play. He's really worked hard.
Just not quite sure what we're trying to do offensively. We're throwing up a lot of difficult shots.
We've talked about this throughout the year, Coach, and doing a little bit of research, a little bit of looking. Shot selection likely a big part of the Westerners' problem. Everybody knows that. The Westerners shooting just 22.5% from the three-point line this year. 22%.
We may want to look for a closer shot.
Right.
You can always get a three-pointer. It's always available within your offense, but especially unless you can really stroke it, don't rely on it quite so much. I'd really like to see Jackson Monarch develop, playing a little bit to his back to the basket, get the ball inside, and learn the Sigma move. Inside pivot, step back and knock down a 10, 15-footer. I think that could be a good part for his ball, good repertoire for his ball game.
One of the things that's difficult this year is in this 5-out offense that the Westerners are trying to run, it requires ball handlers that are able to take their defender off the dribble, number one. Number two, it requires strength enough to cut while you're off the ball and work through the pressure by the defense. Right now you're seeing the lack of strength by the Westerner kids, lack of maturity, if you will. That'll improve if they work.
There's no doubt. They're young. There aren't many teams that play with a bunch of freshmen, and they're just going to get better, nothing but better. Take their lumps this year. They'll be better next year. That's a nice shot by Cook.
Once again, a nice effort by Tyson on the baseline that time, working around the post player that he was guarding. He stepped on the line in the process. Elk Point will have the basketball on the baseline. Westerners down 28-56. 6:56 left in the fourth quarter. Going to say they might get him for a 3-second violation, and they did. Good effort by both teams. Huskies really killing the Westerners on the glass that time. Westerners undersized, struggling to box their opponents out there on that possession. It's situations like this, Coach, that really frustrate basketball junkies when the ball stops. In the 5-out offense, the ball cannot stop. As soon as it stops, and what I mean by that is one player holds it and doesn't do anything with it for an extended period of time, that just totally kills the flow of the offense. Whatever rhythm you may have had is all of a sudden gone. And you saw it in that possession. The Westerners fortunate that Fairbanks was fouled on the play. Knocks in his first.
It's a motion offense, and you got to have some motion with that offense, and that happens. You got everybody standing.
Transition defense problems once again for the Westerners. Another nice work.
Nice job
nice
by
effort
Tyson
on the boards.
Tyson's battling hard in there. They've shown good things, that they're capable of doing. The first quarter the other night against St. Mary's, they played very well, and they started this game out playing well. And with time and experience, they'll figure it out, and they'll slowly get so they can play 4 tough, good quarters.
I will say the last 2 games, they've shown much more promise than in probably the first 11 rather.
Yeah, it's baby steps. They're going the right way. Doesn't seem like it at times, but
There's a good kick from Molinix to Myers, and Myers knocks it down.
And that's how that offense is supposed to work. You attack towards the rim, you get stopped, somebody's open. Kick for the 3.
Coach Otkin brings in a sub, Jacob Scarman, in for his first action of the night. Turnover there by the Huskies on that out-of-bounds play. 61-34, Huskies on top, 5:15 left in the fourth quarter. That time Allard needs to go to his left hand. All the traffic was on the right. He needs to attack the gap on the left side of the floor. There again, the ball stopped as opposed to reversing from side to side. It stopped in the middle of the floor. You'd certainly rather see it in the middle than on one of the sides stand still, but nonetheless, lack of continuity there.
Hey, nice work, Tyson.
Nice drop off there from Cook to Monarch. Monarch missed his layup. Elk Point put the pressure on right away. Attacked with fast break. Off the mark there on that layup. Cook with a nice finish. Charge called on Monarch. Jackson Monarch's third personal foul. The third team foul this second half against the Westerners. Jacob Scarman knocks in a nice looking three-pointer for Point-Jefferson. 64-36, the Huskies lead. 3:10 left in the ball game. Another Westerner turnover. Molnick's off the mark with his 1-and-1 attempt. AW's really struggled from the free throw line tonight. Not just tonight, but
all season.
All season. And they've not attempted many either, but as a percentage, shooting well under 50%, which is clearly unacceptable. Molnix with the left-hand drive for 2. A lot of contact on that play. Maybe a foul should have been called. The refs want to get home as well. It looks.
They're just letting them play right now.
Looks like. That was a real strong finish for the young Husky. Minute 29 left. The Elk Point head coach giving the refs a piece of his mind, asking for him to for them to protect his players after that foul on the layup. That was not called. Cook misses his second. Alex Carmen. Carter Wilkin checks into the ball game for Cook. Nice pass there from Schutnick out to Byer. Byer off the mark. Big Country with the block from behind on that one. KCC in his first action of the night.
Strong rebound by Carter Wilkin.
And Elk Point content to wind the clock with just 10 seconds left. They'll hold the ball. And that's going to do it for tonight's ball game. Once again, we sure appreciate all of you watching at home, and we most of all appreciate those that support the Akron-Westfield Athletic Booster Club. Thank you very much to the Booster Club for providing this live streaming broadcast to our viewers at home. Elk Point on top, 68-39. Westerners will be in action tomorrow night at Marcus Meriden Cleghorn Remsen Union. Big girls ball game. And maybe a winnable boys ball game. So we hope we get some good efforts out of the Westerner teams. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.
See you next week.